Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by this pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 are the Ashenvale bears, and you might have guessed it, but these bears are from Ashenvale. Wow, amazing. Actually, according to Wowhead, 187 of these bears are in Ashenvale, but there are 2 Ashenvale bears in Stone Talon, so I guess they wandered off, but besides that fact, you know, they're bears, they drop big bear meat, they also drop their bear gallbladders, which, you know, big fan of gallbladders. I don't have one, I guess these bears don't either if you if you take them out. And then, while I was wandering around in Ashenvale, stumbled across this rare bear whose name is Ursangaus. Ursangaus? Is that how you say it? Apparently, he's just a rare NPC or he's for a quest or something like that. But, you know, he's got cool markings on him. Kind of looks like a druid. Apparently, the classic quest is Ursangaus's paw. Either way, you know, Ashenvale bears, they're cool. They're great. And they're number 10. 9. Number 9 are the gray bears of the Hillsborough foothills, and you might have guessed it, they're gray. There's also some in the Alterac Mountains, but it feels like the same zone when you think about it. I think Hillsborough's just the cooler of the 2 zones. Alterac Mountains, you just think of Alterac Valley, you know what I mean? Either way, I always think of the bear-ass quest when I think of these bears, because you had to do the quest to get 10 bear flanks and then the spider eye core, and this is what I always considered the bear quest to be, you know what I mean? Apparently there is in Loch Modan an actual bear rump quest or something like that, so there's an actual bear ass quest, but I always tied it into this one because you had to get 10 bear flanks and they were always really hard to get. So, that's that. But, that's number 8. Or 9. Number 9. 8. Number 8 is the Great Bear Spirit, and I picked the Great Bear Spirit because it felt fitting to have a bear that teaches you how to be a bear be on this list. You know what I mean? Like, this is the bear you went to as a druid to learn how to be a bear. So, I mean, he must know something about bears. He's obviously he's like a ghost bear, so I think he used to be a bear, and now he's a spirit bear. I don't know, but apparently they got rid of him in Cataclysm, too, but he's still there in Classic WoW. I don't know why they got rid of him in Cataclysm. Doesn't even make sense. Like, why would you get rid of the Great Bear Spirit? Maybe he knew too much and they had to take him out. Then they replaced him with the mediocre Bear Spirit that didn't know he was a bear half the time and just forgets what he's doing. You're just like, hey, I'm trying to learn bear form. And he's like, what? Oh, yeah, just, I don't know, roar, catch a fish. Listen, man, I got nothing. They got rid of the great one. 7. Number 7 is Old Grizzly Gut, and Old Grizzly Gut is on this list because of his name. However, he's also on this list because he's a rare bear, and apparently he's a pretty good hunter pet from what I've read up on. And he actually had his model updated in Legion, so you can see this is the updated model. Now, some of these shots are the old model. These are slightly altered, so I don't know if you can actually tell or not, but there is a slight difference. They're not captured in game fully as well. They're partially captured in game. So, again, it's probably difficult to tell, but just throwing that out there. He also had his level reduced from 43 to 37 in Cataclysm. So, if you're out in Fairless, you're walking around, you find Old Grizzly Gut, just realize that's one rare bear. Why did I say that like I'm on a TV news program? That's one rare bear. That's one rare bear. Crendor? 6. Thanks, Crendor. We've got breaking news here in the studio of a dwarf being stuck up in a tree, yelling at bears and threatening to punch them. More after the break. See that? You see that little news segment thing I did? That wasn't even planned. That was just pure improv. That's what you get on this amazing YouTube channel. Anyway, number 6 are the black bears in Dunmorrow and Loch Modan, although I think they're primarily in Dunmorrow, but there are some in Loch Modan. Whenever I think of doing the dwarf starting area, I always think of the black bears because, I mean, I always think of that, you know that intro with the dwarf and the bear from like way back in the original Warcraft? I always think of that, and that's probably a black bear because I would imagine the dwarf tamed it out in the Dunmorrow wilderness or whatever. Anyway, here's some bears and they're like drinking his ale or whatever. I don't know if those bears are legal enough to drink. And then here's some of the Lochmodon black bears. Just chilling out. They're having a good time. And yeah, you know, I think, I don't know what I think. That's number 6. 5. Number 5 is Misha, and Misha is Rexar's bear. Misha's a very large brown bear, and she is the sworn companion of Rexar. And Misha's one of the bears in this list that I think people that don't play World of Warcraft probably know, because she was in Warcraft 3, she was in Hearthstone, she was in Heroes of the Storm, so Misha's been in a lot of games, actually. And some little trivia things for you. In Tierguard Sound, Misha's generic name is Tamed Bear, except for the first 2 cinematics in the bonus campaign in Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. Misha goes unacknowledged by everyone throughout the campaign. That is pretty crazy. You would think someone would be like, hey, Rexar, you got a large bear walking with you. That's a little odd. You'd think somebody would notice the large bear companion of this orc, who is also just a massive orc. In fact, I think Rexar's like... Hold on, I gotta click on this. Rexar, Champion of the Horde, is half ogre, half orc beastmaster. That's right, Rexar's half ogre. So, there you go. You got a little Rexar knowledge on top of the bear facts. So, that's number 5. 4. Number 4 is Ursus, and I put Ursus at number 4 because whenever I think of Winter Spring, I always think of the Ursus quest, where you have to go and kill Ursus. And at first in Classic WoW, he's up in the mountains, he's just walking around. And then in Cataclysm, they made it so Ursus moves into a cave that used to belong to some raging owl beasts. And then I guess he's just like, hey, they left, and he just takes it over. And he's been there ever since. So... that's Ursus, and I looked up the quest to see if there was a reason to kill him, and there literally isn't. He's just like, hey, Ursus is dangerous, he's up in the mountains, go get him. Like, that's literally the quest, so, just great writing there, and that's number 6, or 4? I don't even know where I am. 3! Number 3 is the Dark Moon Dancing Bear. You knew it was coming. The Dark Moon Fair Bear is on this list. I mean, listen, you've got a bear at the Dark Moon Fair, and it dances. You got a rhyme right there, and then you got dancing. How can you go wrong with that? Plus, it's a mount. So, I mean, you can go on your mount at the Dark Moon Fair with the Dark Moon Fair Bear, and you can dance with the Dark Moon Fair Bear with your Dark Moon Fair Bear. There's really just an unending amount of possibilities when you have a Dark Moon Fair Bear, and you're at the Dark Moon Fair. I'm running out of things to say, but this mount's fantastic, or this bear's fantastic. The mount's fantastic too. Everything about this is fantastic. And that's why it's number 3. 2. Number 2 is Ursoc the Bear God. How can I not have the Bear God on this list? And at number 2, you would think, oh, Crendor, but isn't the Bear God number 1? No, that wouldn't be pointless. This is a pointless list. Remember that. But Ursoc was an ancient guardian, one of the several demigods that were among the first living creatures to roam Azeroth. He was worshipped as a god by the Furbolgs of Grizzly Hills, the land he used to rule. And I think when you're in Grizzly Hills, there's actually some quests that tie into Ursoc, so you've probably quested there and, you know, talked to Ursoc before. And you actually can fight against Ursoc after he's corrupted in Legion, in the Emerald Nightmare. So, Ursoc, he's got some rich history. You can go read about him if you want. There's a lot. But he's the bear god. So, I mean, he's got to be number 2. 1. And number 1 are the grizzly bears in Grizzly Hills. And one of the reasons I put the grizzly bears at number 1 is they actually go out and they catch fish. Like, straight up, these bears catch fish. They use their paws and their mouths to catch the fish, and they'll bring it on top of their little islands. They also dig up stuff from the ground and eat it as well. It's actually pretty crazy. It's just one of those little details that I love making pointless top 10s for, because it's something you might have not noticed when you were just running around questing in Grizzly Hills. Also, have some grizzly bear facts, because we might as well tie in some real facts to this. The grizzly bear is so named because its hair is grizzled or silver-tipped, yet the name is commonly believed to be derived from grizzly, G-R-I-S-L-Y, meaning horrible. A subspecies of brown bear, the grizzly bear is distinguished by its large Size and distinctive hump between the shoulders. Bam. Grizzly bears. And that's number 1. Okay? Okay. See ya. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube lingo. Also, if you want to check out more Pointless Top 10s, there's Pointless Top 10 outhouses, there's mining nodes, there's grass, there's so many Pointless Top 10s. Go check them all out. And, yeah. Okay? Okay. See ya.